Hey guys, it's ViewMasters Reactions, and we're back with the final Q&A, Episode 3 from Critical Role, their first watch-along for the first 3 episodes of The Legend of Vox Machina. I already did Episode 1 and 2. I broke them up in between doing Episode 4, 5, and 6. I just did Episode 6, and I'm going to now react to Episode 3, their watch-along of that. I didn't want to take too much of a break between episodes, so I got 4, 5, and 6 out to Patreon. I edited up 4 and 5, and I just got to edit up 6. I don't see a whole lot of people posting it yet, but I wanted to finish this and then get this out, and then I'll do 6. So we'll have all of this out by midnight tonight. Today is Friday. It's the day after it released. Technically the day it releases because it's supposed to come out Friday, but it comes out 7 p.m. Thursday, my time at least. I live in New Jersey, United States. If you didn't notice already, behind me something's slightly changed. It's no longer Turbo Man over here. It is a tower of Vox Machina pops. Even Trinket's down here. Trinket was supposed to be hard to get. The only one we don't have is Vax, but I tried to make it where there wasn't a glare. I think I got it pretty good now. A lot of times those things glare uncontrollably with the lighting, but I think I got it good. You can't really see them that well because they're so far away, but you could pretty much get the gist of it. I've already seen episode 4, 5, and 6, guys. The show stays as good as it was, if not gets better in different ways. I'm going to also react to them doing the watch along of 4, 5, and 6. Critical Role reacts to it on Tuesday nights, I think people said, so I'll do it Wednesday night or Thursday. I will try to have it out before the episodes come out this coming week, which will be episodes 7, 8, and 9. But let's jump in. I also got a new thumbnail up. I told you guys, you know how I roll. I want to always get different thumbnails. This one was the most interesting, I thought. Sam, most unique look he's had in any image I've seen of him. He's got a yellow flannel, and then he's got pink hair. Tal'dorei over here, he always has an interesting style, so that doesn't surprise me, but I dig him. He's always got a purple theme going on. I know Vox Machina does too. Is his thing purple, or does he do it because of Vox Machina? I don't know, but maybe there's a connection to the two. You guys want to see more of what I do? Full on edited reactions, all the shows on the channel, seasons ahead of what you're seeing on YouTube, and hundreds of exclusives you'll only see there. The link is at the end. If not, here we go, guys. This is Critical Role doing the Q&A for episode 3, The Legend of Vox Machina.
Starting off with Matt.
Starting off with Matt.
Silas Briarwood. And that scene with Vax. First of all, how dare you? Second of all,
first off, how dare you?
What was it like creating and voicing this iconic villain?
Oh, it was delicious.
Oh. Delicious. Yeah, he was Silas. Well, he still is Silas. And the next one's coming up. Spoiler, he's in the next one if you didn't know.
Dynamic is one of my favorite parts of Campaign 1. And so when I had the opportunity,
I'm gonna pour who I would the rest of my redemption, guys. That's all I got left.
Involved
Sad.
To the series. I was like, honestly, unless people are gonna argue.
See, like, much skinnier in those animations. I like the bigger, bulkier, more jacked.
We did fight in a parking lot.
Bare knuckle brawl.
These are some earlier designs.
Yeah, you get to see
a little more bulky.
Glasses stuff. We had some thoughts and some cool stuff here that almost got used, but
a little more bulky, but I pointed out in the actual episode how I like that he's got size. It's intimidating.
Said that he got buffer as
buffer.
The signs went on.
Buffer, definitely what I just said.
We did. Originally, like in those earlier ones, you could see he's a little more live.
Yeah, he's like him jacked.
To visually, his fight style to be a little more bestial. We wanted like when he stands, not only is he striking.
I said very Wolfman-like, very intimidating.
When he showdown in any future combat stuff, we want him to just look like a feral beast of the night.
Yeah, like right there, too sophisticated. He could be violent, but not intimidating looking.
Something that looked a little more powerful at all times.
I agree.
He was actually
100%
trying to kill somebody.
Even there, he's not quite bulky enough.
There's that
I like the sword.
Of him next to Delilah, where you
That's
really
the sword that
realize
sucks the blood.
She's tiny next to him.
Compared to him, yeah.
He's actually a large man, vampire man.
Yeah.
Previously a large man, now a large vampire.
Now a large vampire man.
He's a beast.
Took him from daddy to zaddy.
There you go.
Will.
That's right.
Also, we talked a little bit.
They
about
very
earlier,
quickly
but the
brushed
fight
over
scene
that.
with
I guess it was just like, yep, he's a vampire. Never really
It's so
focused too much. We went to
dynamic,
Gilmore,
and
got
you
some
to see
holy
different
water.
Camera angles, different
That didn't happen
points
yet.
of views. Like you were talking about the POV from Pike and trying to concentrate on those spells. What was the process going into a complicated fight scene like this?
I mean, man, really, like the board artist just pulled it off. Like,
So
I
that's
feel like we
interesting.
didn't
I'm
have to
forgetting
do a
that
lot
I've
of
already seen 4,
tweaking
5, and 6.
during that sequence. Like
They
they
were
really
just,
had it
yep,
down.
it's a
It was
vampire.
amazing. Like,
I thought it was
right
a
out of the
secret.
gate, like the board artists, and they're so talented. Like the director, the board artists are just so great. But like, yeah, we didn't have to do a lot of tweaking and changing. It was more about like how long is like Silas's sword. Craven Edge. How long is the sword going to grow?
Craven
when it starts to
Edge.
absorb
I like
blood?
that.
Or, like how is
Is it
Pike
like
gonna,
Wes
buff
Craven?
Grog or just
Or Craven
little
the
moments, things
Hunter?
we were trying to figure out, logic out, but yeah, I mean the board artist just killed it.
Yeah. Also, I think
Vampires,
like, in the first couple
horror, Wes
episodes,
Craven.
we were still sort of
Craven.
establishing like how brutal is this show. A lot of animators, most of their work is with children's animation. Just because there's not a lot of adult animation up until now. Hopefully that'll change after shows like ours. But a lot of the animators and board artists, even on our show,
I find it funny that I
extensive work
usually
in children's animation.
find these
So
kind of
the first
things.
couple of boards,
Violent
like episode
animation.
101 or 102, the characters would get bumped or knocked back or anything, but they weren't like severely injured.
Right.
And so I think we did a lot of work in the first couple episodes to say like, no, hurt us, hurt everyone real bad. It
I
should
mean,
be
they
real
show
bad.
bangs and
By the
bruises.
time we got to episode 3, they got it and they were like, oh, you want me to hurt your character? I'll fuck up your character.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, they're
Process of
too
animation
injured
and
too
what
quick,
goes
but I
into
like it.
And I know that
It's realistic.
fans at home are probably going to want to see some really cool behind the scenes looks at that. So we have this little animatic of one of the scenes from episode 3 to show to everybody.
Check it out and see how it starts.
Yeah.
A little making of. Oh, we got like a sketch. I like it. Oh, it's the scene where he blows the dude's hand off. Tell me they do it.
Come visit us sometime, Percival. You're always welcome back home.
Their getaway. Does he? I like that they're all different colors.
I didn't.
I want to see them blow off the guy's fingers in animated cells.
No, please.
Oh, here it comes. Damn, they're showing a lot. I like it.
Start talking. Why were the Briarwoods here? What were they after?
They were invited, like you, by Sovereign Uriel.
Silas and Delilah have
Damn, man, they're showing us like a lot.
Why here? Why now?
I wonder if they'll actually show. I guess they would.
What the actual fuck?
Shit, Percy, what are you doing?
Please, I'm only a servant. They don't tell me anything. Please don't hurt me. Please don't.
Oh, they never showed it. I literally was like, they're cursing. They're using foul language. They're going to show it. They cut off my favorite part where Percy goes ape shit and blows a man's hand off. Unarmed man on his hands and knees. I don't care how bad you are. There's a code. You don't shoot an unarmed man who is forced into things, but I don't judge Percy, even though I do.
Pickup. So the board artists just did a ton of work.
It's so cool to see how this happens from storyboarding to animatics to the show that we're watching, because I feel like sometimes you just turn on a show and don't know the detail that goes behind it. So it's really awesome to be able to acknowledge these creatives and say,
I feel like
"Thank
I've seen this girl in something else.
Killer work.
I wanted.
I
to
know
do
she's
this
just
when I was
the
younger. Like I was
interviewer,
spent most of my
but I
teen
feel like I've
years
seen
up
her in
to, like,
something.
college age to become an animator, and so I studied all of this, studied the whole process of animation, and was hoping to go into it. And then my life diverged and went in different ways. So in a weird way, working on this has been like a homecoming, like to be able to get involved with this again and to watch other far more talented.
See, I like a
people
lot of
that I
aspects to this,
come
but
and elevate this.
I can't draw for
I'm
shit,
excited to be a
which
part
is
of
funny
it.
because my brother makes a living off it.
Well, we kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, but specifically for this episode, it pulled a lot from the stream itself that people have already seen. So how did you condense all of that important information into a 22-minute episode?
carefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think something we said before was the Briarwood arc. We did the math at one point. It's between 35 and 40 hours total from our live play show, and we had to squeeze it down to 6. So
I mean,
the accordioning.
I would
that
think
happens
half that
is extreme.
you
but
could just
in
do
each one
for,
of these
like,
episodes, you
filler.
have to pick,
But
what
still,
are the
that's
story
20
arcs you're
hours.
telling, what are
It's
the
still a
journeys
lot.
that the individual characters are going on. What do you want to focus? And if we have any room left over, what seeds can we plant for, short-term story arcs and later episodes and things that will fall later down.
And I feel like I've talked to you guys about this before, but somebody said something
And
to the effect like 10 minutes of
just
gameplay
rearranging and
could be
combining it until
acted out in
we're
10
satisfied that
seconds or
the
something like
essence of the
that.
Things that might not make it in there are still being carried forward.
Mm-hmm.
Or important character moments are still honored, and anything that maybe not be important to the story, but we want to wink towards, that's when it turns into Easter eggs.
I just poured the
and
shot into
little
this drink just so I don't have
lines
to
and
take it
nods
like
and
a
winks
shot.
here and there.
And those lines that drop so naturally out of Taliesin, right? Like, your soul is forfeit. We were playing, and he says that, and everybody just kind of looks over at him like, what the fuck?
And-
You look over and he
And
actually
Vax
has
said
one
what
of
the
those
actual
in
fuck.
the booth, and
Smoke's
you're
coming
like,
off.
oh, okay.
Psycho.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Oh gosh, yeah. I know that you guys have a
Oh,
lot
I was
of
like, where's
story
my
to
mic?
condense already, but there are Vox Machina.
See,
origin
people keep talking about these, the
stories and
origin
books
comics
out
and
there.
Yes.
I know this is kind of a spoiler,
Kith
but
and
will there be
Kin,
any of that
maybe that is it?
Maybe some animated episodes down the line to get a peek at Vox Machina.
oh, I would be shocked if they didn't.
You'll have to tune in to find out.
Based on the success
If you want
already,
this
I would
to get in,
have
you
to
should
assume
really
they're going to
read
do
the
that.
Comic books at some point.
Or all.
Sam.
I mean,
You idiot.
I've heard they're very good.
There's also, a book out now, and
I'm not much of a reader.
We worked hard on those comics.
I know we did. I love them. I've got them all.
Sam doesn't even read the scripts. We actually
That's
get
very
them and we
true.
hold like
Yeah.
stage.
I wasn't sure if he was joking, but it seems like he's legit.
Here, and we all pre-
How are you involved with something on this level and you've never read the material related? I haven't, but I have an
inside
excuse.
jokes, little Easter eggs, things that you dropped. If you
I'll
can
probably
see
read it
the whole arc
soon.
that whole episode. Do you guys have any
I'll do a
favorite
read-along. I'll sit here and
reoccurring
read it
jokes
to you
or little
guys.
Easter eggs throughout these first 3 episodes, or
Seeing Matt pop up in all the episodes is always a delight.
I mean, Doors. We got to talk about Doors.
Matt
Yeah.
appears in almost every episode, maybe every episode.
For sure.
Yeah. We don't overdo it, but it's definitely a recurring theme.
There are a few more, but they're later in the season, so we'll keep those in our back pocket for now.
Yeah, there's some fun
They
things
won't
to get to.
disappoint.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Enough
can't
for-
imagine
figures
what
out
they've
the
got
way.
in store.
I see you.
Oh,
I see
sure.
what you're doing.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm excited.
Can't wait for you guys to see the next episode.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen it.
Oh, wait.
You guys could go watch it right now. It's already up. 4 and 5 are already chopped up on YouTube.
and better, yeah.
4, 5, and 6 are in full on
Doors is
Patreon.
my favorite one.
Doors.
I'm
really
going to
good.
edit up 6
I think
after
four
this.
is- yes. No, I
You
haven't
got to
read
see it?
That's right.
No.
I haven't seen it yet.
Anyway, so since you guys have seen fan art of your characters before, an animated series was even a thought. Can you
Fan
tell us
art?
what it was
We can
like
get some
the
fan
first
art?
time you
Let me
saw
shift
your
over a little bit.
characters
Look at all the toys. I
animated,
love them.
animated?
I love them all. Look at them.
I
Grogs
can
on
speak
top.
to one.
Grog.
The very first rough storyboard that we had, they're just called roughs, right? Before we go into actual takes, and you'll get various revisions of the storyboards where you give notes. But they had a sit down with us at Titmouse where there were roughs presented, and they're
Titmouse.
they're barely
I'm like a
set.
kid when I
Sometimes
hear
we'll
that.
close up
Every
and
time they say
see an
Titmouse,
expression
I
of a
just have to
character or something,
giggle.
But typically, the audio that we've recorded is dropped in. They're moving. It's happening multiple seconds and then minutes in a row, and there's a story building, and we were all sitting there just staring up at the screen of really mostly chicken scratch in some cases, and just going like, oh my god.
Because they know. It's like,
And we would turn around.
it's one of
and
those
look at,
things when
the
you
room
know
storyboard
too
artists,
much
and we'd be
about
like,
something,
"Hey,
or
guys."
your life is basically
Shit,
that
these
thing.
guys are into it. No wrong, but the enthusiasm was so real because it was a dream that had, existed for years, and it was just such.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine like
One of those, like,
living that
purposely designed,
with all
like,
your friends
just
and then
breakout meetings
having
where
this come
afterward
to fruition.
We'd all go out into the parking lot and then just stay in the parking lot for a half an hour. It's just like talk and be emotional and pinch ourselves and wonder how.
Got to drive home at some point, but it's not happening right
Yep.
now.
It's amazing.
It's wild.
Yeah, it's a wild experience.
And you can see it in everything they say and do. They're even still like taken back by it.
Oh, well, I mean, thank you for allowing me to, be a part of this. It's just incredible.
Thank you, Mika, for making this all happen.
Oh my God, you guys! I was wondering
Oh,
when
I
somebody
guess
was
that's
going to
it.
mention that. I've secretly been helming this whole project the whole time.
Doing
Well,
such a great
genuinely, your
job.
friendship is also very helpful through all these intense times. So thank you.
Oh,
Wow.
I'm being
That was-
serious.
Come on. No, you're good. You're good.
I don't know if they're joking or not. Is she like some huge super fan that helped him out?
We're actually live. This is
Yeah, I know, we're actually live. That's kind of wild.
Our lives, real.
Anyway, so the music for the show is actually phenomenal. We've been talking about it the whole few hours we've been sitting here watching the show.
I wasn't sure if they were
Sam,
done.
Can you talk a little bit?
They
what
seemed
about
like
the
they were
years?
about to say goodbye. I was almost going to turn it off.
Sure. I mean, yes.
How much is
I
left?
mentioned it before, but
Oh, it is almost
Sam's
over.
songs are a collab
It is almost
between me
over.
and Peter Habib.
His brother,
And
Peter Habib.
We just sort of come up with stuff together. The process is very weird. Sometimes I'll sing a voice memo and email it to him, and he'll turn it into a song, or sometimes he'll do the same thing and send me back a track. But we've come up with a lot of really weird rhymes and a lot of gross
I mean,
stuff.
you
And
have
some
no
songs that didn't even
limits,
make it into the
basically.
series,
It's
so
anything
also
goes.
gross
That's pretty
and fun
awesome.
and exciting. Maybe I'll get to play with those for y'all sometime.
Now, is it a chicken and the egg thing where, like, does the script come first and then the song, or the song and then the script supports it?
Both.
It's happened both ways.
Yeah,
as
I can
well,
imagine
Like sometimes we'll
things
get
just
to
occur
a
with
point
him.
in the animatic where, like, something cool happens, and I'm like, can I write a song for this moment? And you guys are like, I mean, okay.
I like to think it's all
Yeah,
I They're like, if you
don't ever
have
put yourself in a
Always always
box.
yes.
You could do a little bit of everything.
The first episode, the big intro song, I remember telling Sunjin and the animation team, like, I've written a minute and 15 second song for this, and they were like, no. Way
What?
too long. Make it like 30 seconds tops. And I was like,
Oh,
well,
'cause
hear
it's-
it though. And then we played it for him, and he was like, all right, yep, we're doing it.
It was perfect. It was dead on.
So what I'm hearing is there's going to eventually be a full musical episode.
I mean, because the song is basically
I think that
as entertaining as the show. That's
well, they
why.
happen within the studio.
And I mean, that's
Put that
basically what he
technical
said.
Peter degree to good use.
Oh my God.
Oh, well, now it has to happen. All right, season 2.
I want to hear
Let's
Travis
go.
sing.
Let's do
Spelled
it.
it out.
Well,
Yeah, there you
speaking
go.
of hearing people sing, Sam,
Boy.
could you give us a small little taste
No, I really-
of Pull My Beads of Love
I
live?
really can't.
for the
Pull
show?
My
No,
Beads of
yeah.
Love.
Sam,
Guys, it's,
Sam.
I don't know why, but
You're
whenever I
talking
hear
about
that, I
the
think
song,
of
you're talking
On the
Okay,
Wings
fine,
of
fine.
Love.
Wait, what?
Oh my God, it even has the.
I
Oh,
don't really know what you're thinking.
I'm so happy I didn't turn it off.
Know like me. But I can tell you something special. I've been talking with Mika B. I got a twinkle in my eyes.
I love that they even have like the disco lights going.
Show surprise. There is something.
I hope this doesn't give me copyright problems. There's never problems with this because they're talking the whole time.
Put on my motherfucking
I love that they're all like actually like playing along with it, and he's going all on.
Oh my God. Well, that.
I intentionally talked because I'm assuming I'm gonna have copyright trouble.
just for this, man.
You asshole!
He sounds great live. Like that sounded legit like it did in the animation. Some people aren't good at live. Some people aren't as good live. Is what I
Well, that does
meant
it
to say.
for tonight's watch party, you guys. Make sure, if you really want to join us next Tuesday, February 8th at 7 p.m. Pacific, to watch the next 3 episodes.
Tuesday at 7.
Where is he going? Of The Legend of... Oh, there he is.
Sam, I would think Sam is a crazy alcoholic, but he's just high on life.
Guest Sung Jin Han. Good night, critters.
So there we have it, guys. And at the end, they did confirm what I thought. It's not an all-ladies night next week, but it's Laura, Liam, Talzin, and Sung Jin. So actually, it's one lady, Laura. Marisha isn't even there. Ashley's not there. But we're getting an entirely different group of 4. I kind of like that because I want to see everybody and I want to get a little taste of everyone. There are some people I see a lot less than others. Tal'dorei and Liam are probably the ones I see the least of. And I feel like I need to see more of them to fully understand, because right now, Sam, as you can see at the end of this one, he's all about attention. He is the firecracker of the group, let's say. I'm very much like that too. As you can see, I do YouTube videos like every day. I always have something to say. I'm always the center of attention, and I'm always like the party guy, the one that's always like making noise and having all the energy. I never run out of energy. And that's what it seems like Sam's like. At the end there, I feel like a lot of them didn't know he was going to do that, and they had the whole thing ready to go with the lighting, and his voice was so spot on. I said it during the episode, but there are a lot of times where you hear people live, famous singers, you hear them sing live and you're like, oh my God, they're atrocious. He sounded like it was right off the freaking show. Like, great voice, great on the spot. We have a different special guest next time. We get Laura, we get Tal'dorei, we get Liam. I'd have to assume after that we're getting Ashley, Marisha, another writer, and then my guess is the third one we're going to have Matt Mercer come back as a repeat, because he is Marisha's husband and he is kind of the most involved, I'd say, with the show. So that would make the most sense. This might have been my favorite of all three of the episode Q&As, because not only did Sam sing at the end and they asked a bunch of questions, but then they showed us more art. They showed us how Silas, like Scanlan in the other one, Silas was going to end up being like more lean. Then they made him a little bulkier. And I even made it a point to say in the episode itself how bulky Silas was. It stood out. He looked like a beast man, and that's exactly what they were going for. I'm happy that I thought that, because it worked. What they did worked. But just like Scanlan, I feel like you can't have this skinny. To me, when you're very slender and skinny, it's more of like an evil, maniacal genius look than it is an intimidating look. It just is what it is. You're not as intimidating looking if you're just slender. If you're bulked up and you look like a freaking scary beast man, people are gonna be scared. And they said there's a fight coming up. I almost feel like they slipped a little, or they spoiled a little, because they're like, well, he has to be big when he goes toe-to-toe with Grog. Or maybe they're just thinking like Grog's the biggest guy, so we got to make him as staturous as the biggest guy. I don't know. It didn't really spoil anything, but now I feel like there's a battle coming out with Grog and Silas, but they're probably all going to fight Silas and Delilah. I feel like the two of them, Silas and Delilah, are going to fight all these dudes. We've already fought them once, and it seemed like we weren't doing too well, but I feel like, we got to learn a little, we got to grow, we got to build our levels. But then in the middle of this, they showed the animation, how it was all done about. It started where the Briarwoods were fleeing, then they had them all run out of the shadows like they did, where Percy goes off and then he shoots the guy in the hand, but they didn't show the hand get shot off. I wanted so badly to see fingers fly through the air in this broken up animated style of whatever you'd call that. I call it cell animation, but I know that's not it. They're already being violent and vulgar with their language, so like, what's the big deal? But nope. Didn't show me. My hand exploded. They cut it right before that. And I'm going to finally jump into editing episode 6. So once you guys see this up, about a couple hours later, you'll see episode 6. And then after that, I'm going to actually react to the original campaign scene with the sun tree. This happened last week too, where somebody immediately after the first 3 episodes posted scenes from campaign 1 that had to do with the events that happened in that episode, specifically episode 3, because episode 1 and 2 didn't have a campaign live stream. I'm actually curious to see how many of these videos surface this week, because now episode 4, 5, and 6 could have tons of campaign related info, and we could do like a comparison shot by shot, and a lot of things changed in the other things. So after I do all that and I edit up episode 6 and this, I will also be reacting to the sun tree moment. Check that out after at some point later tonight. You guys want to see more of what I do, full unedited reactions of this and other shows I do? If you're seeing it on YouTube, we are as far ahead as possible on this show, seasons ahead on other shows, and hundreds of exclusives you'll only see on Patreon, link in front. If not, comments down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.